from someone named Burk, B-E-R-K. The most inspiring videos on your channel for me are the ones where you talk about these men who are not good looking or rich, but they're still they're still insanely confident when they go out. They know that women like them. I really want to feel like they do, but I can't figure it out. I feel the confidence must be based on some real things in life and not imagination in my head. Otherwise, I'd be delusional. I'm not good looking. Actually, one would not be blamed for thinking I'm downright ugly. I don't have much money to my name. I have a boring job. I don't have skills or experience with women. I don't have anything to base this confidence on. So without being delusional, how can I be confident? How can I go out of the house and talk to women expecting them to like me? How did these guys that you talk about get to feel like this? First off, looks doesn't play into confidence at all. Attention skills do. We just talked about it in the last talk. And if you look at the talk I just did, you're going to see that attention skills are the most important thing when it comes to confidence. And then welcoming your turn on, so forth. That's what these guys do. They go out and step into tension, play with tension, manage tension, and then they welcome their turn on. And they're good at it. But you don't master this. You don't need money or looks or anything to master this. It's just like lifting weights. You go out and you lift a little weight each day, Burke, and you get a little bit better. So maybe I say hi to 5 girls today, but if I'm walling off, it's not going to help me grow. But if I'm really open and honest, I say hi to 5 girls at a level I can manage. Maybe I'm just walking up to 5 girls and starting with the simple, asking a quick, simple question. What's the time? What's the directions? And then I'm building up. And we have a lot of videos on this within the channel, but these videos are huge. And so I want to invite you into the idea that these videos will teach you how to build that tension skill set. And I recommend you go and do it, but it's going to take a practice. It's going to take you going out and doing stops and highs and all the skill sets we teach about that go into getting you comfortable with being social with tension. And I highly recommend you do that. If you can get into a Fearless Man Live, we can explain it better because I can look at who you are being in relation to the tension. I can look at who you're being in relation to emotion and your ability to emote emotion. Unfortunately, the one problem I run into a lot with guys is they go out to build their confidence, but then they wall off doing it. They build a walled off version, a fake version, and that's not that sexy. You still need to have emotional access. You still need to have an open heart in a sense, which is a sense of welcoming your heart open while you talk to women. It's a sense of relaxing and feeling your chest, feeling your stomach, feeling all your emotions, saying hi, and talking to them from that place. But the more you do it, the more confident you become. The more you do it, the more powerful you become. So you got to go out every day, and I would say at least 5 days a week, and that's what we teach in these other videos, at least 5 days a week, where you're doing a practice of stopping girls, talking to girls, getting to know girls. And it might start with a simple friendly intent and then building your way up a little bit at a time. So I'm going to ask that Mike post something in this video with a link to one of those sets of skills, those training videos where we teach you how to do stops and how to do highs and so forth. And so that you can start to practice that. That comes up almost every time. Now, the guys I've met, that's how they've built it. They went out and they did things where they stepped into tension. Several of the guys I'm thinking of, they even lived in vans. They lived out of vans, and they just traveled the world. And they every day they go out and talk to women. They go out and they go out and socialize, practice socializing, or they go out and do extreme sports where they practice tension, or they go out and do. You could even be an artist where you're practicing a sense of emotional tension, expression through your art. But they're putting themselves out there. They're getting seen more by more people. And then learning, that's a real key right there, is getting seen more by more people and then learning to relax into being seen by more people. Whether that's talking to a girl, putting your art out there, whether that's, being an athlete, it's welcoming people's opinions and judgment and then learning to ground that out and not take it personal. And on the other side, when people praise you, learning not to let it go to your head and thinking you're the shit and getting so cocky that women lose interest that way too. A little cocky is okay, but too much cocky is not good at all. And looks have nothing to do with it. It's how you're being when you're talking. A couple other things. I talked a little bit about holding eye contact a little too long. I talked about tension. Another thing is voice tone. Voice tonality is huge. And people that are insecure tend to raise their voice a lot. And they go, hi, how you doing? What's your name? Where are you from? People that are more confident tend to, hey, how you doing? What's your name? And they drop. They say, you know, how are you doing? Where are you from? You look beautiful in that dress, you know, and they really own their words by dropping their words typically at the end. That's still a feeling ultimately. People can force that, but it really comes across powerful when they feel it. And so who you're being in relation to tension is a whole nother story. So again, if I raise my voice at the end, those are typically unconsciously people do that when they can't handle tension well. Hey, my name is Brian. How you doing? Where are you from? And there's a little nervousness that goes in with that. Versus, my name is Brian. How you doing? Where are you from? And that changes literally the way women feel about you. See if you can hear the difference in those two. It's huge for you. So Burk, I hope that helps. I appreciate your question and thank you for the compliment, by the way.